All right, welcome to The Explainer. If you are a designer, I bet you've had this thought probably more than once. How am I supposed to make a living, let alone thrive, when AI is coming for my job? It's a huge question, and today we're going to tackle it head on. Okay, let's just get right to the heart of it. We all know AI tools can spit out logos, banners, you name it, in the blink of an eye. And, that speed and that power, it naturally leads to one really big, kind of scary question. This is it, right? This is the fear that keeps people up at night. But the thing is, the source material we're digging into today says that fear, well, it's real, but it's also a little bit misguided. And here's why. Design was never just about pushing pixels or making pretty pictures. The real value, it's always been somewhere else. Okay, now this is where it gets super interesting. AI is totally flipping the script on the money side of design. It's making one part of what you do dirt cheap, but at the same time, it's making another part incredibly valuable. I mean, just think about it for a second. The cost to generate, say, 100 different logos. With AI, it's basically nothing. It's free. But the cost of making the right choice, picking that one logo that actually nails the brand's soul, that cost is going through the roof. And that, right there, is your new sweet spot. This is the single most important question your clients are going to ask you. They're drowning in a sea of AI-generated options, and they're looking at you and asking which one is actually good. AI gives them quantity, but it can't give them quality or taste or strategy. If you can answer that question for them, you will never be out of a job, period. So what does this all mean? Well, your value isn't so much about the making anymore. It's about the choosing. It's about curation, it's about strategy, and it's about helping your client make the absolute best decision. You're not just a technician, you're the expert guide through the chaos. So let's build out what this new playbook actually looks like. We're going to break down 3 big shifts, 3 ways you can totally redefine your role and really lean into this new world. Okay, shift number 1, you've got to become an architect of structure. Think about it. AI is like a fire hose blasting out visual content. Your job, your new job, is to build the aqueduct, the system that channels all that stuff. You're the one who makes sure every single piece, whether it's made by AI or not, fits perfectly into the bigger brand puzzle. So what does being an architect actually look like in practice? Well, you're the one defining the brand's exact visual tone. You're setting the guardrails for colors and fonts. You're even writing the master prompts that will guide the AI. See the difference? This isn't just grunt work, it's high-level creative management. All right, shift number 2 is a big one. It's all about going deeper with your clients. Look, let AI handle the boring, repetitive stuff. That actually frees you up to do the one thing it can never do. Build a real, strategic human partnership with your client. And what does that look like day to day? Well, instead of just taking orders, you're maybe doing a monthly check-in on the brand's visual tone. You're sitting down with them to brainstorm campaign ideas. You're the one sifting through the AI drafts and saying, this is what fits. And this completely changes how you make money. You're not selling one-off jobs anymore. You're selling an ongoing retainer, a subscription to your brain. It's way more stable and way more valuable. Now, this next part is absolutely crucial because it's not enough to just change what you're doing. You have to completely change the way you talk about it with your clients. The days of just saying, hey, look, it's pretty, are over, gone. Clients don't care about pretty as much as they care about results. They want to know the bottom line impact of your work. They're not buying outputs anymore. They're buying outcomes. This means you have to learn to speak their language, the language of business. You've got to be able to connect your design choices to real numbers. You need to be able to say, this new branding approach helped improve customer retention by X%. You're justifying your creative choices with cold, hard data, and that is how you prove your immense value. So, right about now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great for some fancy, high-level consultant, but what about me? And that's a fair question, but the source material is super clear on this point. This isn't just for the top 1%. This is for everyone. Look, no one's saying you have to become a C-suite advisor tomorrow. That's not the point. The point is that the tide is turning for all of us. This big shift away from just doing repetitive tasks and towards interpreting and guiding, it's happening everywhere. And the time to start paddling in that direction is right now. And here's a super practical way to get started. You don't have to burn down your whole business model. Just start adding value. If you're already doing social media posts for a client, why not add a monthly content tone guide as a new line item? If you're designing a logo, add a prompt-based AI style guide to the package. It's about evolving what you already do, not starting from scratch. Okay, let's bring this all home, because the big takeaway here is actually really positive. AI isn't killing design. It's not cheapening your work. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It's clarifying what your true value has always been. So you're not just an image creator anymore. You're a meaning architect. You're the one who builds the entire philosophy behind the pretty pictures. And you're no longer just outsourced labor, a hired gun for a specific task. No, you're a context manager, a trusted partner who oversees the whole visual story of the brand. And finally, you're not just selling a file, a deliverable. You're selling your expertise, your taste, your judgment. You're an interpretation expert. Yeah, the market for just turning out cheap, fast images, that's definitely shrinking. But a whole new, much more valuable market is opening up for the designers who can step up and be guides, interpreters, and leaders. This is a game changer. So we'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Take a good, honest look at what you do. What are you actually selling to your clients? Are you selling hours from your day? Are you selling a JPG file? Or are you selling your direction? Because if you can start selling direction, well, this whole AI thing might just be the biggest opportunity of your entire career.